This is right now what we currently have in the game in update 1.19.1, and this is going to be right now in update 1.20 versus 268mm of APCR penetration. But guys, if I do this over here, and if I do this over here as well, basically no difference whatsoever. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful people, what is going on? Welcome back to yet another video talking about update 1.20's vehicle rebalance, and today, as I promised, I'm going to talk about Rhino, because this vehicle has been waiting to receive some love basically ever since it was released. Yeah, many were expecting maybe some love towards the DPM and whatnot, but they decided to go with the turret improvements, which is also very important, because guys, it was very annoying to get penetrated into the face of your turret by basically everything, especially on the flat ground. If you are hull down, angling your turret or your gun system, yes, it was able to see some bounces, or it is able to see some bounces right now as well, but not too many. The biggest problem was people using premium rounds, people using heat against you in tier 10s and tier 9 games, because tier 9 tanks are, nowadays tanks are basically like tier 9.5. They have very high premium penetration as well, and I would say in a nutshell, nothing changes against that. And this is what I was trying to do, and by the way, nice miss, straight in the ground. Rhino, come on, you have only one job, you have only one thing, and this is the accuracy. And by the way, I'm just going to wait my shot, because I do not want to destroy my DPM completely, because there might be medium tanks rushing towards me and also heavy tanks flanking the south. But instead, this EBR decided to go for absolutely craziest flanking move ever, because after eating one shot, this guy is not stopping, guys. This guy is not stopping, and they had to destroy my DPM, and this is just so freaking painful, because once you do that, once you destroy your DPM, you are over there loading your first shell in like 18 seconds, then 16 seconds, and then 15 seconds, which is very nasty thing to do. But guys, getting back to the topic, testing the armor was my only thing, basically, what I wanted to see, what I wanted to test on the test server, to see if I noticed any difference, and yeah. I did not see much difference when they loaded in premium rounds in tier 10 games, and this is, you know, something you have to still keep in mind, that in tier 10 games your armor is not going to be as strong, but where it is going to affect this tank a lot is in lower tier games, like if you're lucky enough to see tier 8s, if you're lucky enough to see tier 9s maybe, then yes, the armor is definitely going to work. There are some high penetration tier 9 tanks, of course, but you know, not everyone is spamming premium rounds or using premium rounds, and not everyone has very high premium penetration, so in those battles it definitely is going to be useful, and I would say this is the main area where this buff is going to affect this tank. In tier 10 games, not that much, still something, but not that much. So yeah, anyway, object version 4, guys. This guy rushed me down, right? Bounced first shot, then rammed me, and then ate all the shots into all the other shots into the commander hatch, and after that sent me a very nice message in the game as well, saying I'm the stupidest and the luckiest Rhino player known to mankind, basically, or something like that, something along those lines. Even though that guy played this situation as aggressively and badly as possible. And I was lucky over there. Okay, whatever, guys. Whatever. So once again, I completely destroyed my DPM. It was a weird battle over here, because our heavy tanks were getting flanked. At first I thought our heavy tanks are able to hold it, but then like everything collapsed because we lost the middle already, and they came up over here into this position first, thinking maybe medium tanks are going to rush the base after they saw that EBR is already circling our tank in the you know, in our base, and I thought maybe medium tanks are going to push and flank us as well. They didn't do that, so we did lose the heavy tank flank, and now I'm in quite a bit of a trouble, guys. It is 2 versus 5, but this Panzer Kampfwagen 7 is surprising me, guys. This guy is surprising me because you can see how many bounces I am getting. This is actually silly. And by the way, that previous shot, I tried, guys. I'm very sorry. You witnessed that. I tried to be as efficient with my reload time as possible. Like, shoot as soon as the third shell is loaded. But I actually interrupted that reload time. You know, did lose a couple seconds over there. I got the maximum compensation for the shell reload, but still lost a bit of DPM. And this is like watching paint dry. When you try to get some kind of DPM out of Rhino. Like, this is non-existent, guys. It's 490 alpha damage, and I think the slowest 490 alpha damage reload, because you have that burst. Over here, after I did penetrate the previous shot, I was going for the next two killing shots, because I want to switch to the heat rounds anyway, and I want to just get rid of my APCR rounds, because, you know, now I know that more tanks are coming in, and I need my heat rounds, because I'm simply running out of APCR rounds. And as soon as I empty my clip, there is Rhino as well, who luckily did not pay attention how fast that Panzerkampfwagen 7 received all those shots. If that guy actually paid attention, I maybe would be dead over here in the next couple seconds, but luckily Rhino did not pay attention. So there is full HP 277 as well. How are we going to fight that? 277 for some odd reason is not pushing in, even despite the Rhino friend, the Rhino giving a little love bump, like, go honey, go in, I support you. And of course my goal over here is to lower the amount of guns aiming at me, so I tried to get the sneaky angle on the Rhino while that the 277 was moving in, and now I need to get my DPM back, otherwise I'm simply going to lose this fight. So I'm using this dead EBR as cover to hide my tank, to hide my upper plate, to hide my the little Rhino horn, or how do you call that? Like the thing on the top, which is easy penetration once I'm fully loaded. And that was actually, I would say, like 50-50. Yeah, this tank has a spaced armor over there, but I saw some yellow and I decided to go for the shot. And now once again I have to wait for the full reload if I want to take this guy out. So now after that 455 damage, I need to wait it one more time, and then I am able to empty my clip. And now after that guy fired, I see that I am most likely not the one shot for the guy. I know this fight is in the bag, because this is easiest penetrations ever, right? First shot goes in, second shot goes in, and guys, what do you think happens to the third one? Of course it bounces off. Of course it bounces off. So let's rewind a bit. That was the shot number 2 from that final burst. Aiming in, looking at the gun like right now, the only explanation can be that that guy blocked my shot with the gun, but he actually didn't. He actually didn't, or maybe still did, but it didn't show over here because it was a bounce. And if we actually look at 277's armor profile, guys, and his armor profile is versus Rhino's 325 millimeters of penetration, 490 alpha, you can see that it is like full green under every single angle. I think my gun was like under angle like that and shooting over there, so it should be 100%. So I guess the gun was blocking it somehow, but it should be absorbed 100% then, and it wasn't, because we clearly saw the hole over there. Even if I would shoot it under angle like that, it's still a penetration. Like, I was robbed over there. I was straight out robbed over there. But together with the blind shot, and by the way, I didn't see the ending of this battle, but we did lose it, sadly. That 22 hit point 277 was actually able to bang over STB as well. And yeah, we sadly lost that battle, but you know, it is what it is. But together with the blind shot, over 7,000 damage done, and quite unique amount of damage bounced actually, considering how many APCR and heat rounds we actually ate in this game. Like 277, and the Panzerkampfwagen 7 was using full APCR as well. So in this battle the armor worked, but I would say it mainly worked because enemies were a bit clueless where to shoot me, I would say so, or just bad aim over there. Now, I did have a couple more battles, and this is where I noticed one thing which has always been a problem with Rhino, and this is the DPM, of course. And Wargaming does not want to buff it because they're afraid it is going to make this tank too good. Because it is already, like, I am one of the weird ones who likes a Rhino, right? Even right now. Like, I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. I don't mind it, let's put it that way. And every now and then I actually want to jump into Rhino and play a couple battles with it. And it can perform, right? It is a slow-paced tank. But on the death server, where we have battles very fast, what we also have on the live server very often, like every second battle maybe, like, is super fast, you know, teams are winning 15-5, losing 5-15, or maybe some, you know, 8-15 battles, but still fast. And in those battles, you are simply not able to do anything significant with your DPM, because once again you have free shells in the magazine. Yes, this is like the most beautiful thing about Rhino. You have that burst potential. You have a potential to deal 1400 damage in 8 seconds. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of this auto reloading mechanic overall, right? But you are once you use that burst, you are out of the battle for so many seconds, because it takes, like, space reload is 19.58 seconds to load in your first shell. And now, do you really want to shoot that one as well to get another extra 20 seconds on the reload? And it's like 1/3 of the minute gone already from a 5-minute battle. And dealing like a lot of damage in fast battles is very, very tricky in Rhino, and this is still what I noticed over there. But the armor, you know, it helps on live servers where you actually see some tier 8s, where you actually see some tier 9s as well. And also in tier 10 battles, so when they are shooting standard rounds, it is definitely way more effective, so you can expect some more bounces, which is definitely needed. The armor improvements is definitely what this tank also needed, because it comes with 2000 hit points. You know, one of the lowest hit point pools on tier 10 heavy tanks, and usually when tier 10 heavy tanks have a lowish hit point pool, it is compensated by a lot of armor, right? But it wasn't the case this time. What do you think, guys, about the Rhino buffs, the reverse speed from -12 up to -15, and extra armor on the turret, in the face of the turret? What do you think about that? Is it enough? Are you looking forward to the DPM improvements as well? Gun handling improvements, even better, even more snipey gun handling, because it has very nice gun already. Gun handling, which, yes, can still be derpy, but accuracy 0.32 is there. Gun stabilization is quite horrific, quite bad, but at least the accuracy is over there most of the times. What do you think about that yourself, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know in the comment section down below. I am looking forward to testing it out on the live servers as well, versus tier 9s, versus tier 8s, and versus tier 10s. So if everyone is not shooting primo rounds all the time, we'll see how it stands out. Update 1.20, most likely next week, or maybe in 2 weeks. I don't even know when this comes out, but anyway, you can stay tuned for some content about that. Stay awesome, stay beautiful, guys. Stay sexy, take care, and bye.